Hello, welcome to Wellness Wednesday, the Wellness Through Holiness podcast. I'm your host, Maria Cecilia, and I'm so grateful that you are here. Have you ever thought how being grateful could be the one item that could truly transform your life? Have you ever been in a situation where you could not see the light at all, but you were grateful for that darkness? And then later on, you use that gratefulness to get you through those storms, that darkness. There's so much power in having a gratitude mindset. And it is not easy to have that, especially if you weren't really taught that. And so one of the main transformations in my life when it started, especially when I share about the miracle morning and all that and journaling part, I started to write things that I was grateful for. 3 things. My spiritual director had done this himself. He has one journal and that's all he writes in it. The 3 things he's grateful for every single day. He has books and books. He's been doing it for many years. And he shared that with me. And I said, yeah, I kind of do that in a sense back then in the day. Now I definitely do. And also we add that in our examination, our Trinity examen. We ask God, we tell God the 3 things we're grateful for. But today I heard a different take on gratitude that I'd never heard. And it was really eye-opener, and it really made me think a lot about it. So have you ever told yourself thank you? Yourself. Yeah. Not your children, not your husband, not God, just you, yourself. And so I was listening to this podcast by Mel, and she wrote this book that I read a while ago. It's called The 5-Second Rule. And I'm going to share the link to that podcast. Warning, she does use a little bit of found language usually, and I'm not sure if she's religious at all. But it was really fascinating, and it never had occurred to me to thank myself, And especially today was a really hard morning because I did not want to get up and go to adoration and do my run. Even in adoration, I was thinking, I'm just going to stay here and skip my run and just stay here until Mass and, skip my run. I don't feel like running. It wasn't as cold as Monday, but it was cold. And I was just blah. But no, my time came up. I decided, oh no, I'm just going to go. And I did. And of course, it was an amazing run for myself. You see, I'm trying to do, my new goal this year for running is to do a 3-mile in 30 minutes, like a 5K in 30 minutes. I'm at 34 minutes. And that's what I was today at 34 minutes. So I can't get into a goal if you can't, run. So, but going back to this podcast, so she was saying that when, because she was listening to an actress who just received her award. She was nominated 4 times, and the last 3 times she never got it. She talked about like the resistance and the consistency and this and that. But when the actress, and she was like in her late 50s when she started acting, and I mean anything against her should have not made her, actress and stuff like that. But she just kept going. And she talked about that. But she said, I thank God, I thank this and that. And then she says, and I thank myself. And so Mel, the podcast host, was talking about like, when thank yourself. Have you ever just sat there and say, I thank myself for getting up today. I thank myself for going to adoration. I thank myself for running. I thank myself for making dinner. I thank myself for, making the bed. And so the idea behind it all was like, when you cultivate this self-gratitude, you start seeing that even those little things that you're seeing that nobody else sees, wow, right? Wow, they do add. And that's when my mission is that to share with you that the little ways, little things that you do towards your wellness now, they add up, and nobody's going to see it, right? Nobody's seeing you in the gym unless, you put it on Instagram. I know. I am guilty of that. But lent's coming. I think I'm going to remove a lot of that. But anyways, nobody sees your choice between a healthy meal, a healthy snack, only you, right? Maybe your children. Nobody sees how you talk to yourself in your mind, right? When you stop calling yourself, oh, that was so stupid, and you say, no, that wasn't stupid, that was just a mistake. Or nobody sees all that, right? And so then sometimes we don't give it any importance, but my goodness, it's so important that you tell yourself, thank you. Thank you, me, for getting up. Thank you, me, for choosing the healthier option. Thank you, me, again, for running or for getting, doing my prayer or for journaling. Thank you, me, for writing in my journal and gratitude, And, I thought, wow, this is really good. And this is something I want to teach my children. And so when I got home from this morning, I told one of my daughters, we were talking about it, and I said, tell me something that you're, that you want to thank yourself for. And she was like, I don't know what she said. I think she said for doing math, or something, which was like, wow, yeah, I would be great. Thanking myself for doing math at this time. But no, but do you see where I'm coming at? Am I making any sense? Do you see the beauty in that? That when you have this, the same thing is like with this merciful love that we're trying to push. It's like, how can you really love your husband and love your children and even love God, but you can't stand yourself? How is that? How is that normal? It's not. So how can we be grateful for this gift of life and this grateful for our family and our children, even the darkness, even the troubles, even all that? How can we be grateful for the growth in that if we don't sit back and say, thank you, me, for getting through that. Thank you, me, for, nursing the baby when I didn't, or thank you, me, for getting up in the middle of the night. It's not a, how do I put this? It's not giving you this, like, pat on the shoulder, this false, oh, I'm so high and mighty, look at me. No, because when you start being aware of those little things that you're doing throughout the day, that you are on this journey of wellness, that you are pushing yourself in your body, mind, and soul, and they are there. Those steps are amazing, powerful steps, because those steps got to be taken, right? Nothing gets done if one step isn't taken. It's one at a time. Everything grows and builds with one thing done at a time. So when you start giving yourself, that, thank you, me. Yeah, look, I made the bed. Thank you, me, for picking up, putting away the clothes after fold them, instead of leaving them in the basket for like a day or two, right? Thank you, me, for, doing my daily stretches. And maybe that would cultivate in you this sense of seeing the abundance of your life even more and loving yourself in a genuine way, because you start seeing the things that you are doing and you stop seeing the things that you're not doing. You stop comparing yourself with others and you start seeing, wow, I am truly that gift of God. I am truly, this amazing person that is really trying and really struggling, but it's doing these things because, wow, doesn't the devil want you to have a misperception of yourself and bring you down and hold you down and step on you and spit at you, right? He does. And he does that by, bringing about the constants, the dirty house, the dishes, the lack of dinner, or you ended up eating a chocolate. I mean, he just constantly brings all that, right? Because it's much easier, right? It's much easier to see the negative. And so when you start cultivating this self-gratitude, and really, I challenge you to tell yourself, thank you for 3 things. Pick something in your mind, body, and soul. Say it, and say it out loud or write it down. I thank myself, Maria Cecilia, for running this morning. Yeah, it felt good. I thank myself for Maria Cecilia for staying on my fasting pattern today, right? I thank myself for drinking my water. I thank myself for saying that rosary. I mean, I just was like, wow, it wasn't such a bad day after all, even though, like I said, it started off like misery, because I'm like, why I'm doing this, why I'm this, and nah. It's powerful, my friends. So I encourage you to try it. I encourage you to thank yourself. I encourage you to teach that to your children, because when you teach them to see that all things, even the things that fail, there's such power in that, right? St. Paul says it, right? Give thanks to God in all circumstances, in all, because that was God's will, the good, the bad, the ugly. And when we see that, we just see the blessings from it, and we just continue. We don't let anything stop us. We don't just jump off the rail altogether. We kind of hold the line when things are great, when things are bad, and we continue walking. And today being John Bosco's feast day, I love this quote that I shared from him. It says, "Do not put off tomorrow the good you can do today. You may not have a tomorrow." So my friends, do not put off what you can do for yourself today. Do not put off enhancing your gratitude of yourself today. Do not put off your next prayer or your time reading. Do not put it off for tomorrow. It might never come. I heard that it's called the present time because it's a gift, right? And what a gift right now you are. And I'm grateful that you are listening to this, whichever time you're listening to it. And I am grateful if you share this, if you like it, if you comment. I just am grateful. And so until next time, my friends, have a blessed, beautiful, merciful day.